Okay guys, I'm gonna show you how to fill up end of cruise report with Otalio reports and how to do it fast. So when you open end of cruise, you have all these 4 tabs. So first in the first tab here, you fill up this info about the ship, manager name, date of the cruise, cruise code, passenger number, total passenger number that you get from immigration officer for all cruise. Pay attention if you have sea days, and number of children in voyage, and how long is the cruise, charter, not charter, no. Budget is the one that Renata sends for us for the entire month. So for this cruise, this was the budget, except the Ocean K. I delete Ocean K, so you can see only the categories that we have on board. And here you're gonna put sales result. So formula is already automatically, so you don't touch nothing, you don't change nothing, because it will calculate automatically how much you did PPD, how much everything. So to get these results per category, you use first report 1143, which gives you sales like this. So from here you need this column, sub-department description for categories, and you did the ledger total, how much we did. You see that sometimes they are repeating, like cosmetic, they charge in boutique, was wrong charge, in wrong RVC, or you have cosmetic charge under fashion or under perfumery, which is also wrong, because now everything is in a shopping gallery. So you need this column and the last one. This one in the middle you don't need. You can see how much gas spent, how much cruise spent, but for us it's not important for this report, so you can now delete. So you need only these 2. So from these 2 you can copy and you open new tab, new sheet, you paste. So you have only these 2. So you click somewhere outside in some empty space and you go data, consolidate. What you're consolidating. So in this first reference, you select sum. So function is sum, reference, you're selecting this and this column. So you click on A and B. So you mark them like this. And then you click add. And then you click check in top row and left column. Okay. And now it gives you sum. Here you need to pay attention because it gives you, for cosmetics, it gives you all. So it's including SPIT and perfumes. And for utilities, it's including pharmacy and travel, design go and scroll. So you need to put these 2 separate. Also for jewelry, luxury jewelry, you need the total of FE and our jewelry. So these 2 should be total. So you can put here equal this one plus this one. So this is what they make total. Okay, no, something is wrong here. Okay, no, you go like this, auto sum these 2. Okay, so this is the number for jewelry, luxury jewelry. So you can copy paste, for example, clothing, you copy, you go to end of cruise, clothing, paste values. Always go paste values because it's more easier. Food, paste values. Jewelry, it's fashion jewelry. Then you have leisure, and so for each category. So utilities and cosmetic I skipped for the moment. So watches. Tobacco, we don't have target because we are cabotage, but we have sales, so we are putting this. So this total for luxury jewelry is including our jewelry and Effie, and luxury watches. So you can see which categories are in green, which categories are in red, which target. Target is calculated for 3%. So this file is calculating for 3% for company target. Plus we need to put this info here. So how we're gonna get this? We go to other report 479. So in report 479 you have this information. This is how report looks like. So you have here this minimized columns where you have some data. You can see this by expanding them. For example, you mark them like this, and you expand, and you need to change the color of the font, because here you have some data but it's not visible. So when you mark them, you go to font here, for example red, and then you see the data. You just need to increase the font a little bit. Okay, it's a bit too much. So now you can see all this hidden data here. The other way to do it, and it's easier and faster to do, is when you get this report. So I'm gonna go back the original. So when you get the report like this, it's much easier for me to go to this corner. You mark all, select all, copy, you open new sheet, and in the first field you paste values. So now it's showing you all the fields here. So what you need from this report: this number, account, cabin number you don't need, the name of the passengers you don't need. So this I delete. Then so you have S code, description, check number you don't need, so you can delete. All this quantity you need, so you leave quantity. Then all this information you don't need, unless you're doing some daily reports that you can see discounts, but that one you can see on for example, to see what was delisted or what was sold with price attack. So you can see by discount here, but for the moment we don't need it, so we delete all of this and you just leave net. Anyway, you have an original file here exported, so you can always take a copy if you need. General, this information you don't need. This one that is written boutique you don't need, because it's RVC where they charge it, which we don't need for the moment. So we need this one that is written clothing, so we can type category or material, how it's in stock on hand. So for example here you can type category. It's very important that you give the name of the column. In this first row is the name of the column, so it's very important because you will need it for one function that we're gonna use. Cashier, who charged. This you don't need. Here, this one, this guest and passenger and crew, you can select if you want to see sales per crew or per passenger, but some of them are blank, so the one that they pay with credit card. But all of this you don't need for the moment, so you can delete. It's not so important. So this is what you need: S code, description, quantity, net, how much did it, category, and cashier. What I used to do is more convenient, because this S code, it's with this prefix SHP dash, which is in Otalio, but we don't have it in stock on hand. So, and I also need to see by brand. So in, for example, here I will mark before C, and I click, right click, insert. So I insert one more column here, and I'm gonna name this column brand. Now in this first one, A, you marked it all A, and you click Ctrl F, find. You go to other tab, replace. So what we're gonna find, we're gonna replace SHP dash. So So we're gonna replace this info with nothing. We're gonna leave this empty, so we just click replace all. So it's gonna show you in the first column here, where you have this one, SHP and the S code. We're gonna remove the SHP. So now it's only S code remaining, like the same like we have in the stock on hand. So now in the new column that we created for brand, you go in the first empty field, you click on the function here, and you insert VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP will open you this window. So what we are looking for, first field is what we are looking for. We are looking for this value, which is S code. First S code, you click on first S code here. Then where we are looking, so you go to the second field, where we are looking. We are looking in stock on hand. You open one stock on hand and you open the original stock on hand without filters, without anything. So we are looking in stock on hand. You can mark all of these columns or whatever you need. You need actually column number 5. So you need only this one, column number 5, where is brand. But you can mark all of them anyway. And then in the third field, what we are looking for column, what we say, column number 5, where is brand. So what we are looking for, where we are looking, in which column, and we need which results, which range. So we need false, or you can put just 0. So it will show you false here. So you're looking for this, it shows the results even here, preview. So you're looking for S code in this stock on hand in the column number 5, and you need false value, so you get the brand Valentino, for example, for this one. You click OK, and then in the corner, when is this black cross, double click, and you get all brands for all the sales. Now, when you go to empty field, so you can put filter in this first column, in this table. So you insert filter, and you can select category, for example cosmetic, and you select for SPIT what they are selling. So they have aqua, we don't have any aqua, so they didn't sell any aqua product. They have individual, and they have Opatra. Opatra also they didn't sell, so we don't have. So it's just individual. So now you can see that individual, for example, net sales of individual is 2,862.64. So you can go back to the first report. Okay, to this one, cruise report, where is cosmetic, 2060. 2062.64, correct? 2862, sorry. 2862.64. So this is the sales of SPIT. So you need difference between these two. So this one, 26, you can copy, and you go to stock on hand. SPIT. This is the result for SPIT, and you need difference between the total sales and SPIT. So here you can put equal this field minus this field, enter. So 35,000 is the sales of cosmetics, perfumes and cosmetics. The same thing you do for utilities. So you go to this detailed report, we go back, we cancel this filter, we go to utilities category, and you can select pharmacy only, or design and go and cross. So pharmacy only is the utilities, so that one is 2306.42. So utilities, 2306.42, and difference between these two equal this field minus this field. Enter. So you have the pharmacy and you have utilities travel. So pharmacy 2306.42 and travel 166. So this is the all sales that you have. So 136,000 you make, PPD 438, you're 8% under the target, so which means that we didn't do not even 2.5%. You see total 136,372 is the same. So for the moment you don't need this report anymore, you get all the info and you insert in this first page of end of cruise. So this page is done. If you go to second page, it's already automatically all the info about sales, it's here. You just need to insert this part about sales, what was the best sales product, the best selling brand, which promotion worked good, which promotion didn't work. All your info about opportunities, which promotion can get more, or which product is selling good, overstock issues, understock issues, if there's no replacement in 2 weeks, replenishment in 2 weeks, so any other feedback and everything else that you need to fill up. So all this info that you insert in first page is coming automatically to the second, also this one here about sales. So what you need is to see what are the best sellers, for example, which promotion record. So if you go back to 479 report that we put like this, you cancel again all these filters, and now the magic. So you go to empty field on the side and you can go insert pivot table or recommended pivot table, doesn't matter. If you insert recommended, it will show you recommended fields, but if you go to pivot table, you need to insert manually. So you are in this first table arrange and you can just select. So you need all of them. And you click OK. And it's inserting pivot table here next to your data where you put info. That's the difference. And if you go back, I'm gonna delete this. We go undo. If you are in some of the fields here and you go insert recommended pivot table, it will insert in the new sheet. So you select what you want, which fields, which columns, you click OK, and it will offer you some of the examples how to. It doesn't matter which one because you're gonna choose what you need. So you can select on the first one, just click OK. So it opens, it creates new sheet and it puts table in a new sheet, which is more visible. And it's already putting some of the filters that we put. For this one is very important. This is the reason why I said that each category needs to have the name. So that's why we put brand or whatever we did. And it shows you here where you want to put it, in the rows or in the columns and the values. So it already gives you like one for example, but we don't need all this. So we're gonna say we need category and we need brand, for example, and we need quantity. So now we see we don't need net. For example, we can see which one is bringing more money, but for the moment we don't need it. So now if you just click category, brand and quantity, it will show you like this here. Clothing category and then brands. Because you have Valentino also perfumes, you have Guess clothing, you have Guess watches, Guess sunglasses. So for example, like this it shows you by each category. You can play with this, so you can arrange how you like. It's already arranged good, but if you want you can put per category, or you can just move and drag and drop how you want, which categories you want, which which filters, which is not so important. So it's better to be rows and to be in this order. So to be category first and then brand. You go, if you click on side, it's moving. So you go back to the click on the table anywhere. It shows you again pivot table fields, and you need category to be first and brand, and then values to be sum of quantity. So for example, you see that here for clothing, best sellers for L & Co and Valentino. Valentino was the best seller with 166 pieces sold, and then L & Co with 112. Then the next one will be Lacoste. Guess Lacoste, what was selling good, what was not selling good. So you can see, for example, if you go back to end of cruise and you go down where is clothing and accessories, bestseller, and you type bestseller was Valentino, L & Co, Lacoste. Also for the comment of the cruise you can put how much we sold Valentino, how much we sold L & Co pieces, how much money we bring. So you can do this for all the categories. Very simple. You go, so first one is clothing, then you have cosmetics. You see what was selling good, what was selling good in cosmetics. Then FE, okay, how many pieces they sold, 10. Electronics, which brand was selling good, JBL always. Food, Toblerone, Pringles. Jewelry, VMR, 100 pieces, Swarovski 51. And you insert the data what was selling good in the end of cruise in that second page. For the third page of end of cruise, you do the same thing, just you need to do it per day. So here you is per cruise, what was selling good per cruise, and you can insert comments on the side, or you can insert comment down in the comment for the cruise. For third page, for event report, you need to insert which event we did, yes or no, which day of the cruise. For example, first day was logo event, so you export 479 report, and you do the same thing with this pivot table. You do the same thing for that day. So that's the only difference. So you export for the first day, you export for the second day to see jewelry selling on the perfumery grand opening. Then you export for the third day to see watch event, watches, how much we did. And then you make a comment here. So you put which day of the cruise it is, which port was, and how much you did. For example, guest event in La Spezia, 4 days of the cruise, and you make 2000. And it shows you automatically that you are 50% over the target, which was predicted by the number of the passengers and the PPD that they predicted in the office. So they put all this info in gray. You don't touch nothing, just in the white fields. Event location, where was the event? It was in promo area, or promo area and shop together, or in duty free, and how it was promoted and advertised. So you put here that we had in daily program, all of the events we have in daily program that I put, or for some of them you have also announcements. Some of them push notifications in application, me at MSC applications, on OBR screens, the one that are behind the shop on the way to the theater on deck 6, or handouts, if you put handout notes or cabin flyers, for example, and then event feedback or external factors. So what we did for the watches, for example, how many watches of guests we sold, how many guest bags or other things. So we run out of merchandise here, so I put that as a comment. For Valentino, for example, we sold 208. Okay, that was old, that was before. So on that day, on the C day, for example, from 166 that we sold, on the C day we sold 150 Valentino bags, and we make 10,000 or whatever. Same for the Candle and James, for L & Co, and for price attack. So for all these events you can put that, and then if we did raffle or not. Also for B events, what we do: fashion show, happy hour in perfumery, liquor tasting, yellow wave for Invicta, for example, So whatever you do, you just put yes, how much you did, which day, and the same. You fill up the same. And the fourth part is performance per people. So also you can go back to that report 479 and that pivot table that we did. So here, what you need cashier, you don't need category, you don't need quantity, how much they sold, you don't need brand, you need cashier and you need quantity. So okay, it gets all the way down. So you go back up, it shows you like this. So you have all these sellers and how much they did. Quantity, but you don't need quantity here. Yes, we said you need net, how much money they did. So this you can copy to some new sheet if you want. Paste. For example, you can delete manager or an assistant, because you don't put in the report, and you also show it's minus because it was made voids only. So you can delete. So you remain only with shop sellers and FE and split. So you copy the names and of course staff name, you paste values here. Where they work, what is their status, boutique associate, luxury assistant, luxury sales advisor, whatever, split, FE. So for example this one, boutique associate, then where they work, split, she's a split, Francesco boutique, and so and so. So for all of them, then how much they did total, and what was the target, what was individual budget. Individual budget, you put how much you want for the end, for the cruise, or you can put by percentage of the target in total target. It's up to you how you decide. So where what they did, how much they did, is this one. You go end of cruise, total sales, paste values. So budget, I said, you put whatever you did. This old one, delete. So you have all the shop sellers and how much they did and how much was the target. And then you put also trainings, which trainings you did that week, that cruise. So this is all that you need to do. So the only difference is that you do this for cruise from 1143 and detailed from this with pivot table from 7.9, but for the events you need to do daily for exactly the same, say the specific date. For example, second day of the cruise, you export how much they did for 7.9 report. So you export how much they did in which category, in which perfumery grand opening, how much they did in jewelry for that day, what was the best sellers, what was selling good, how many pieces sold, what was the amount that you achieved for that day for event.